One ring, surrounded by peers in battle. It's time to put up or shut up and fight. This is Just Wrestling.
Ikki versus Cam Stewart.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trevin Adams, joined by Zach Romero. Just Wrestling Season 3 has begun.
Trevin, what an exciting start to this season. We're getting a literal Cam show right now from Cam Stewart as he and Eeky get ready to clash here in the center of the ring.
Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, the athletes come here to Just Wrestling. They have no clue who they're going to face until our official Kai Douglas points. And tonight, indeed, it's Eeky, Cam Stewart, and things are beginning with a lockup.
Well, Trevin, this is an extra interesting situation because not only is this a random matchup, but these two athletes are coming from behind the 8 ball here. Both of these are really looking to prove themselves in Season 3 here, get back in the green in terms of the win column.
No, you're exactly right, Zach. When it comes to Eeky, Season 1, coming up short, losing by submission. And, of course, in the case of Cam, it was Season 2, losing by a pin. Tonight, honestly, one man, one way or the other, is going to walk out of here with a victory. The question is, who will it be? And a beautiful shoulder tackle there by Eeky.
You see the slender build of Eeky and you think he's all built for speed, but no, there is power in that form. You saw that shoulder tackle knocking Cam Stewart to the mat out and slinging him into that corner. Beautiful arm drag.
And as Eeky's in control, this really is shades of the time that Eeky spent training at Bandito's gym. Oh, wow! Crucifix pin! Oh, 1 count only. Cam was in some trouble. Couldn't even get the words out of my mouth. But the point is, Eeky had done that training back about a year ago and was adding the grappling holds, that Mexican style, the llave, the catch wrestling. Oh, wait! Thought again was going for the pin.
The look on Cam Stewart's face, the panic there after that first pin attempt. This is crazy!
And now forcing the pin. Cam gets out, but that is exactly my point. That is what Eeky has been working on, the catch wrestling, the llave. You're seeing it in action right now, and for a guy with about 4 years of experience, kind of evenly matched with Cam Stewart, who's also heading towards 4 years of experience, Zach.
Well, these two are on a similar path in terms of stardom. They are both so hungry to get to that next stage in their career, and you see Cam there powering through a predicament and Stewart now in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and I can't quite tell. I think Cam may have powered through that predicament with a handful of air, and what a chop as well. Do not underestimate Cam Stewart. There's a lot of flash when it comes to Cam, but you're seeing right here, there's the sizzle as Eeky just gets tossed, and now Cam for the pin, but he kicks out.
You know, Cam Stewart, perfect example of someone who's got a lot of pizzazz, got a lot of personality, got his own subscription service, and when you see a lot of that pomp and circumstance, sometimes you maybe not take Cam as seriously as you should, but you are seeing here on display how damn good Cam Stewart is.
And a hellacious collision there into the turnbuckles. Eeky, the damage that could have been done, the amount of injury potential. Pin! Again, 2 count only, but the question now, Zach, is what shape is Eeky in?
That is a great question. Other question for me is, if Cam hadn't stood there and posed to his peers, would he have gotten that 3 count? And now Eeky back in this thing full force.
Cam does love to film himself. The most exclusive wrestler, as he says, with the sling blade from Eeky, changing the tide.
You can see the intensity building here. Eeky really starting to get things underway. Full head of steam. Cam Stewart, desperate times, calling for desperate measures. Oh my God!
Great counter by Cam, getting the boots up. And now the pin. 2 count only, and credit to Eeky, who was springboarding off of the ropes when those boots caught Eeky. And a great reaction there by Cam. Really not just winning the match in that moment, but now smartly cutting off the oxygen here of Eeky.
We talked about Eeky having that lucha background, having the grapple now in his corner. You don't want Eeky to start building that momentum and getting the speed on his side. But Cam Stewart drop kicking a bird out of the sky. I don't think I'm ever going to get over that.
But Ikki, signs of life and a huge chop. The face of Cam Stewart there tells the story. And Ikki's not done.
Oh, no, no, no.
And you're about to see a lot of red come there on that white chest of Cam Stewart. But Cam not slowing down. In fact, if anything, I guess the sting woke Cam up.
Well, and if you're in a position with Cam Stewart, you got a whole product to protect there, and nobody in the pool as Cam goes for a ride on his own.
A lot of flash attempted there, but Ikki's so smart just getting out of the way.
Feels like Eeky was on another plane of existence there, just so quick to able to sidestep and watch his opponent do themselves in.
Ikki indeed continuing to watch that opponent, now able to get to the top and a beautiful corkscrew into the crossbody. Impressive.
Trevin, the airtime on that. Are you kidding me? The airtime!
And unfortunately for Ikki, showing the effects of this fight thus far, not able to capitalize yet. And in fact, Kai Douglas now counting to 10.
Trevin, we said it right from the start, so much riding on this. This is more than just pride. This is turning the ship around and really showcasing that you're not going to go 0 for 2 at Just Wrestling.
And a strike exchange here from both athletes. Something's got to give. That knee could be what's going to force it, but no, return fire from Cam.
This has become an absolute war between these two athletes. Like you said, Trevin, before, about 4 years in for both of them, they've got so much to prove here and nothing to lose at Just Wrestling.
Ton of potential in the case of both athletes, but here in Just Wrestling, you want to win the fight. It's what we come here for. And that heel kick followed by another. Cam's just being dissected by the feet of Eeky.
What a wombo combo, those educated feet right in the center of the ring. I don't even know if Cam knows where he is right now.
It's going from bad to worse. Northern Lights, bridge, pin. Woo! Amazingly, Cam was able to get out, but you notice Eeky's held on, and it's just getting worse, Zach.
Hoisting the bigger man up here. Roll through on that Samoan drop, and you can see that landed hard for Cam Stewart and a moonsault.
Tons of air. Is it enough? Into the pin. But Cam's still in it.
Wow, so close. That was absolute desperation from Cam Stewart to kick out of that unbelievable combination of offense. And Eeky has got to stay on his opponent here. Do not let that frustration get in.
And right now, all the fighters getting behind Eeky, but this is also giving Cam time to recover. The question is it enough time?
Whoa.
And Eeky's got Cam up again. She noticed trying to escape.
Oh!
Was that a rake of the face?
Oh. Absolutely was pulling the mask up, blinding Eeky, and now Cam Stewart looking to capitalize.
And it's springboard into that ace crusher. And I really hope this isn't it. Oh, come on. A hell of a battle here, but unfortunately, Cam Stewart just stealing this thing, Zach.
Called it earlier, desperate times calling for desperate measures, and there was no more desperate man in this fight than Cam Stewart.
At the end of the day, it was a win for Cam, but really a tainted victory. What a showing by Eeky.
iReyes Photography, covering all video services, event photography, and promo photography. Follow iReyes Photography on all social media platforms for more information. JWP Graphics and Photography. Graphics, flyers, match cards, event photography, and much more. Make sure to follow JWP Graphics and Photography on all social media platforms for more information.
And now we find out who is going to be in our final fight here. Just Wrestling Season 3, Episode 1. Oh, Daniel Starling.
An absolute breakout star of Just Wrestling. Oh, Daddy, feed me some candy. You got to be kidding me.
August Artois versus Daniel Starling.
And you can see the atmosphere here. One of the most brash talents in August Artois, albeit a man who can back it up. And then Daniel Starling, who has impressed 2 times in Season 1. Again in Season 2, Starling is unstoppable.
This is one hell of a matchup here. You want to talk about differences in styles, differences in attitude, differences in wrestling ability. This is quite the difference maker here. We went from Hoochie Daddies in Season 1 to Red Singlet in Season 3. This could be a whole new Starling as far as I'm concerned.
We definitely see Starling come into his zone over the last year. Starling has found the killer instinct, looking to show respect and give it to August. That is what Just Wrestling's about. It's about guys who come to fight under one roof.
You know, I've gone on so many records here in Trevin talking about August Artois being king of mind games, but I think the showing of respect might have thrown me for a loop more than anything he's ever done.
You see some complaints here from the fellow peers, but you really can't argue. August being smart thus far. You got to be careful after seeing what Daniel Starling can do from the respect of making men tap out.
Absolutely, 100%. And August, it may not be pretty. The Pro Wrestling Peanut Gallery at ringside may not enjoy it, but he is trying to dictate the pace of this fight, and I got to give him credit. That is the smart move in the very beginning.
Now the lockup. See the struggle here. August with the height advantage, perhaps Starling with the strength advantage. These two dancing early here, locked up, and referee Kai has to break it up on 5. This is a certain level of intensity here, Trevin, for our first main event. You see the clean break there. Both athletes really trying to figure out how to size the other up. I think August was smart early on in this matchup to not let Starling dictate the pace, and unfortunately we've got some wrist control here by Daniel Starling. It's about to get worse for August Artois.
Wow! You mentioned strength advantage, and we're seeing the textbook example here. Now, if this is anyone's first time watching Just Wrestling here, we've got pinfalls, we've got submissions, and we've got a 10-minute time frame for every single match here. And that is it as we get into this fight.
That's a fair point here from the perspective of the urgency. These fighters come in, and there's not a lot of time for, honestly, what Artois is doing right now.
100%.
But I don't blame Artois after the damage already done to that left arm.
Well, absolutely the perfect example of why this setup is so different. No time to prepare, no time to come up with a game plan. You've just got to try to outfight the person that you are randomly assigned. And if you're Artois, yeah, you may need to take a breather to really try to come up with some kind of strategy against Dan Starling like that. Wow!
Great shoulder tackle there, and again hurting the arm of Artois. And you gotta think there's some mind games at play, but a beautiful pin. Cannot keep Artois down, but there's some mind games here. Just listening to the rest of the fighters, all the chants, they're clearly behind Starling. And I think that bothers August Artois.
Well, you know, he likes to be the center of attention. He likes to kind of be the guy that everybody looks up to. But you saw how cool, calm, and collected Daniel Starling was. Hit the brakes, turning it into a pin. Very impressive.
Starling continuing the attempt there. The pin! Very, very smart offense from Daniel Starling. I was getting the words out saying Starling was continuing the submission attempt, but instead right for the pin. And all of these pins are the types of pins that the amount of effort it takes the opponent to have to escape. Take something out of the tank, Zach.
Absolutely. And you saw August, he slunk away like it was a snake about to bite him. Daniel Starling may be in this man's head, and look at that!
That's a clear indication, absolutely. Artois was covered up thinking Starling was going to come off and hit something different. Instead, 2 beautiful arm drags here, just tossing Artois. And Starling there with the drop kick. I think Artois' been totally caught off here, Zach.
Starling, you see him getting fired up. Wow, that's not PG. Oh, but Artois waiting for that moment, waiting for his opponent to make the mistake and let the emotions take hold.
Pin cannot keep Starling down, and you said it. Artois from the double stop, the sudden flurry of offense, remember, in the case of Artois, Season 1, he too had 2 victories in breaking the eyes with the boot. That is definitely what you expect from August. But the thing is, last time we saw Artois Season 2, Artois was in a loss. Is that in Artois' head as well?
Oh, it has to be. Has to be. He's supposed to be like king of this company. That's what he came into Just Wrestling with, the goal in mind. Any kind of diminishment of that throne has got to get into his head. And I think this is a case where this is putting Artois truly to the test. He has a lot of smack he can talk, but does he have the skill set to truly back it up when he's put against someone who's basically Mr. Wrestling, Daniel Starling?
Where Starling was just thrown by Artois into that corner, and that concussive force of the turnbuckle. You see the damage that's been done to Starling, and for the last minute, Artois continued the choking, now raking the eyes again. This is Artois' way of saying, hey, I'll stop you, Mr. Grappler.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those cases where Artois is now fighting the way he wants to fight, really where he thrives in the underhanded tactics, the low blows, as it were, the raking of the eyes. This is where he really thrives as a competitor, and you see it right here as he's continuing to knock the wind out of Daniel Starling.
And if there's anything you could say about Auguste Artois, the man is talented. He knows how to apply his craft, and Starling's feeling it right now. But is it a sign of life from Starling? Sudden pin. And Artois gets up and takes the frustration right out on Starling.
He went for it too many times, and Starling was there to really pick up the pieces. As you see, Artois now toying with the peanut gallery.
Again, cannot keep down Starling, but you're exactly right. Now that Artois is in control, taking the time, let the other fighters know, hey, I got this guy. You thought he was going to beat me? No, it's all me right now.
A confident Artois is a dangerous Artois. And you're seeing that confidence continue to build here as he remains with momentum on his side.
Ooh, chin breaker there. You see the damage done, at least in the moment, to Artois, creating the separation that Starling needs.
And it's hard to say if that's on purpose or if that's just how the cookie crumbled that Artois was able to make that kind of space there. But Dan Starling continuing on the assault here, looking to get back in the leadership role.
And after taking Artois head first to the turnbuckle, I don't know what Starling's got in mind climbing to the top. Artois trying his hardest to fight off Starling, but Zach, I think we're about to find out what's going to be in store for Auguste Artois.
You talk about a tug of war right now.
Wow.
Power for power. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
How did Daniel Starling just muscle up Auguste Artois? And look at the damage done to both athletes, Zach.
The athletes, I thought the ring was about to cave in. Just lifting a full-grown man off the apron. That was unbelievable, Trevin.
Heard the reaction of the other fighters who continue to be behind Daniel Starling here, as Kai Douglas applying the 10 count. And to the point you brought up earlier as well, the clock is ticking. We have a 10-minute time limit, assuming one of these men answered the 10 count. And wow, it's Starling for sure.
We are back in full velocity here. We are skipping the foreplay. It's going right to haymakers. You got to be kidding me. What a shot.
That forearm hitting Artois, the back of the neck, and
Artois already went for a ride once. Could this be a sequel? Wait a minute. No, fighting like hell.
Counters smart, and now those knees there into the midsection, and Artois follows up with a heck of a knee to the face, rocking Daniel Starling. Do not count out Auguste Artois yet. What a main event here, episode 1 of season 3.
Auguste Artois, so dangerous normally, but you get him cornered, when he starts getting crazy, he is so dangerous. And we saw it right there, absolutely doing whatever he could to get out of harm's way. And now, perhaps maybe looking to put Dan Starling away for good.
And that was why we had the excitement as the fight began, because we knew we were going to look at two of the best in the building going at it, and Starling caught with that flying Tennessee jam off of the ropes there, ricocheting headfirst into the mat. Pin! Wow!
Do not call him toast. There ain't enough jam from Tennessee to put him down on the mat yet. That was amazing.
You said it well, Zach. Starling is still in this thing, but the question is Starling going to find a way to rally as Artois was muscling him up, and indeed, yeah, counter to the counter. Whose shoulders are down there? Looks like maybe just slightly Starling's. Both men have been tangled up, but now the backslide, still not enough. 10 minutes?
Whoa, what?
10 minutes?
Time limit.
Wow.
You have got to be kidding me.
We said it, the clock was ticking, Zach. And you can see intensity on the eyes of both athletes. Man, if you don't think there's some respect here one way or the other, Zach, it just was earned. Oh!
Ooh, you sure about that?
For Zach Romero, I'm Trevin Adams, and the fight will continue at Just Wrestling. We'll see you next time. What a way for things to wrap up here.
Just couldn't be.